everyone, name's Miranda, and today we are here to review the newest episode of Timeless. If you haven't watched it yet, the new episode takes place in the Wild West, which is why I'm wearing this hat, so I just didn't start a new fashion trend if you were worried about that. But anyway, if you have not seen this episode and don't want to be spoiled for what happens, thank you so much for stopping by, but we will have to part ways for now, but make sure to leave down below if you would be interested in seeing more Timeless reviews, because this is a new thing I'm trying to do. Normally I only do Shadowhunter weekly episode reviews, but maybe I'll add Timeless to that if you guys are interested, so let me know. But bye for now, non-spoilers! This episode, guys, was super intense. Like, oh my good golly graciousness. After the craziness of the last episode of trying to rescue Lucy, almost getting murdered by the first serial killer, getting trapped in a coffin, all that fun stuff, I feel like this was the episode where the action kind of took a step back to the character development, because it kind of makes sense that after they went through all that, they have to take a little breather and like just see how it affected them. And the way it affected them, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not good. They're all kind of going crazy. So Wyatt now knows the name of his wife's killer, and he went to that jail because he's like, dang darn it, I'm doing this, and he found the guy, and I guess the guy confessed and told him all, like, how he did it, why he did, all that fun stuff. He now is, like, convinced that he has to right this wrong because the man also killed 2 other women, so he's like, I need to take this guy out and erase him from existence, even though that'll have, like, who knows the consequences. Lucy was the one that really surprised me, though, because she is really feeling the toll of losing her sister, as it was her sister's birthday, and she didn't even remember, and she's the only one besides Wyatt and Rufus who even know that the sister existed. Also, you know, this show has one of my main OTPs, Lucy and Wyatt. It didn't have any huge moments in this episode, just little ones where I was like, they're already married. First, when she tried to get on the horse and then fell off, and he was just like, you good? Need any help? And she's like, no, I got it. And he's like, okay. And then when she was standing up to the Lone Ranger and being like, I'm coming, you don't have a choice, like, Wyatt was just kind of, well, you heard the lady, like, they're just so married already, and I can't deal with it. I need them to be so happy, even though it's going to be a slow burn, and I'm going to love it, but hate it at the same time. I feel like Lucy is getting desperate to get her sister back, and it's totally understandable, because, I mean, I can't even imagine what I would do in that situation, but Lucy is really unraveling, I feel like, and losing herself in trying to get her sister back, because we saw she made some super drastic decisions in this episode, and I think even when Wyatt and Rufus were discussing if it was right or wrong to kill Jesse James, whereas she, remember in the Abraham Lincoln episode, was all like, no, we gotta kill Abraham Lincoln, like, we have to make history intact, blah blah blah. Now she's kind of like, I don't know what's wrong or right anymore. Like, Rufus is like, we need to do what's right, and Wyatt's more like, this is right, like, they're debating the gray area, and she's like, I don't even know where the gray area is anymore, guys, I'm lost. So I feel so bad for Lucy. I mean, Wyatt even had that line where he was like, we need to kill Jesse James because, you know, he's killing people that shouldn't be dead, and he's disrupting the history line, and he's like, Lucy, shouldn't this be your line that I'm saying right now? Like, you're not even concerned about history, and you could see just how, like, out of focus, and she was just like, ooh, that was happening. And then, of course, it all culminated with her shooting Jesse James, and I know this is obviously going to have a big toll on her. I like that the show is really addressing the moral qualm of killing people and altering history or erasing people from existence, because we had it kind of with Abraham Lincoln, which I think was interesting, because Lucy was the one that was like, we need to kill him, it's really sad, and that was like a whole thing because Rufus and Wyatt were like, well, why don't we stop it, and then that could do some real good, and she's like, no, history has to be intact. Whereas now with Jesse James, because he was a bad guy and he had to die, everyone was so okay with killing him, and Rufus was the one that kind of stepped back and was like, people, haven't we gotten a little too, like he said it like 5 times, he was like, haven't we gotten a little too comfortable with discussing killing as if it's like an everyday thing? Because Rufus, of course, killed that man in the space episode, and we know it's weighed heavily on him, so I like that he kind of is the one that steps back and is like, guys, like, if this was Abraham Lincoln, we would be like, we shouldn't kill him, this is wrong, but because it's Jesse James, we're like, oh no, we should kill him, like, we're using history as an excuse. And I think Lucy is going to be grappling with that, because that was definitely, like, a split-second decision that she made. I think Wyatt was going to shoot him anyway, guys, like, I had the feeling, like, he wasn't lowering the gun. I think Lucy just beat him to the punch. So the team is definitely fractured a bit, because I feel like as before, where they knew they were in trouble, now it's kind of like they're falling apart, but, like, no one wants to admit it. Like, Wyatt's going crazy over trying to find his wife. Lucy's going crazy over trying to find her sister. Rufus is, like, just trying to keep it together because he has this whole thing with Gia now, where Mason is a dick. And we can officially say that Mason is a dick because Rufus, in the last one, went up to him and was like, pick your side, buddy. I picked mine. I'm on the good one. It's your turn. And what does Mason do? Is he nice? No, he's like, I'm gonna take your girlfriend and I'm gonna train her to be a pilot and ruin her life and then also kill you all on top of it. So I was like, you know what? He even said where he's like, I picked my side. I'm like, you pick wrong, buddy. And I cannot wait to see you burn and regret everything you're doing. Is there someone in my house right now? I was watching PewDiePie play like that new Resident Evil game and now every single noise is just like... Next episode is going to be more focused on Wyatt, obviously, and trying to get Jessica back. I don't think he's going to because I think they're going to save Jessica as more of a, like, angst thing when he's closer with Lucy and wants to be with Lucy. And, like, maybe they kiss not for a mission and then they come back and the wife's there and it's like, surprise, you know, so something like that. But I think it'll be interesting. Flynn kind of took a backseat again to this because it was more about Lucy and Wyatt and Rufus and the team. He now has a new time traveler, though, who was a pilot, so she knows how to work the time machine, and she is an enemy of Rittenhouse. So I think that's really interesting because obviously this is someone that was kind of in Rufus's position, and the only way she saw out of it was faking her own death. So I wonder how that is going to be when Rufus finds out the truth. And I don't know, there's going to be a turning point. I feel like there's only 5 episodes left, right, of season 1, so I feel like there has to be a turning point soon where we see that maybe Rittenhouse is truly the bad guys and truly maybe they go on the run with the time machine or something like that. So we shall see, but if you watch the episode, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. And also subscribe to my channel down below to be told to make all sorts of new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!